Hello, hello, hello. Time for a two-player game against Real Record, and this will be on Italy, which is cool because Italy, it's probably one of the less often played maps, at least after Baden-Württemberg, which is almost never played. So the big gimmick on Italy is that trash starts out a lot cheaper compared to other maps. So that makes the 6 plant a much stronger opening option. Like, really good, actually. I'll let him have it for 7, and I'll take the 4. $35 is the first one to come in after 13, so that's going under the deck this turn. So one of the rules with building first and 2-player, you always just want to build one city. You don't want to build 2. You want to keep that turn order advantage as best as you can. Although we'll see if my opponent makes some... There's a certain move that my opponent likes that... I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll just have to see if it works. I'm thinking either Ferrara or Bologna as the starting city. Ferrara puts you in closer proximity to cheaper stuff, and you can go 2 ways from there. Like, this should lock up all of the Aqua region for you going into Ferrara. You get all of Aqua, so that's 7, 8, and then you have different ways to reach 11, so I think I'll just go this route. There's going to be a lot of jumping on this, though, because there's a lot of cheap builds here, and it's not very expensive to jump past your opponent's cities. So, for example, if my opponent were to go into Bologna at the start, they would have to pay 3 plus 7 plus the 10 for the city to go into Padua. So they do build, which makes me happy. A move that I'm a big fan of when starting with the 6 plant on 2-player maps is I actually like to buy the plant, buy the trash, and then not build. Because that puts me in a strong turn order position for turn 2. Plus, trash will become $1 cheaper on turn 2, and that's going to affect the many turns I'll likely use the 6 after that. So 18 is the next plant drawn. They're going to go for the 8, which I will pass on. I mean, I'm definitely passing on this no matter what. It's just a question of what I take. I'm debating between the 3 and the 9 here. The issue with the 9 is I lose the turn order advantage, and I really don't want to do that. So I think I would rather just go with the 3 in this spot, actually. Because now oil got cheaper since nobody bought oil in turn 1, so 3 is okay. It actually makes a profit in just 1 turn. Because I paid 3 for the plant plus 6 for the oil, and I make, I think, $11. So I'm spending 9 to make 11, and that's just with 1 turn using the 3. And it gives me the turn order lead. And I'm definitely going to jack up coal as much as I can. I want to make it painful for his plant 8. That's for sure. And definitely want to go here, establish myself with these cheaper connections. I can take care of Padua later. I.e. probably on the next turn. So that's 12. Oh, 12 is on the market. Ooh. 10's actually going to get some bidding then. $23, that's bad. Wow, that's this is shaping up to be kind of a bad early game. They pass. Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure as hell taking the 10 then. Powering a third city compared to a second. So I power 2 cities, 33. Power 3, I make 44. So I'm basically powering 1 extra city with this amount of coal that I have here. Because I can now take the top on the next turn, pass, and force my opponent to buy the 12. I think is what I'll do here. Alright. Alright. Ooh, no. I can't afford that much. The oil I can hold off on. Yeah, because I want to build Padua. Padua will be my next build for sure. Again, I really want to punish the 8 plant. The problem is that 6 plant is giving them a nice benefit. Opponent building further south, that makes me happy to see. $14. Wow, this is an awful early market. That's actually giving my opponent kind of an advantage here with that 6, I think. Although 8 with 6 is not the greatest thing. I have been punishing the 8 pretty hard here. Jacking up their coal prices. What I like to do now is... I'll buy 1 oil just to power a city this turn. I am concerned about my opponent taking this 12 connection into these kind of twin cities here. These 2 cities have a free connection with each other, so that's going to be pretty lucrative if my opponent goes in there. And my opponent builds over me. Okay, that's expected. I'll take a small jump into here. This sets me up to take these twin cities up in here. We'll establish more connections later on, too. I'll stay below my opponent in the turn order this way. So this is 50, 11. So we know 50 is going under the deck. 24, okay. Actually, wait, I missed a plant in there that went under the deck. Wow, I missed a plant somewhere along the line. Shit. Because I know it was 35 in turn 1. Do I actually want to bid on that? I don't think so. Or do I? I think I will bid on this, actually. This is going to make more money than 13 over the next few turns, I think. And it fits better. Like, 11's kind of a better fit with my current plants. And it keeps me lower in the turn order, too. Which is a big deal. Because I think I'd rather move the market at this point. My opponent probably has better overall plants than I do. So, and you think, how can I best... get to there? Because we both are suited to power 4 cities right now. I think I'm better off taking these twins than this one. Because this will block the... I was missing some plants. I'm missing some plants somewhere along the line in here, I think. Oh, 29 came down. Okay. That's good to know. It'll get 24, I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's 26 for next turn. I just think that it's in my favor to just build bad plants off the market. Now, when I built a 7 there, one of the rules in this game is if a player has a certain number of cities, then any plant numbered at or below that number of cities will be removed from the market. So by me getting to 7 cities, it removed plant 7 from the market. That's why I did that last turn. I feel like I'm definitely losing this one, though. Just the market crashing as hard as it did, I think plays to my opponent's favor with the... It played to my opponent's favor with the 6 plant. I don't think the oil's quite worth it at this point. We're going to see what happens with 26. If that stays on next turn. I know I missed a plant somewhere along the line here. I know I did, I swear. I missed something that went under the deck. And obviously I have no reason to build. I will go to the bottom of the turn order now. 22. Me being bottom, I think I can actually take 22 here. Remember that in two-player games, green is gold. That's what I say. And 25 came on too. Okay. Does turn order really matter to me is the question. I gotta think about this. Do I need to move the market just yet? I don't necessarily think so. I think my plants might be better than theirs at this stage. On the other hand, capacity could be an issue. I can build off the 9 and then the 14 if I do this. I think I might go for that, actually. Hopefully my opponent can't get to all of these cities in the back, which in case if they don't, then I will win the builds for sure. Okay. 30 and 28 came on. Okay. All right. Well, this is interesting now. I'd still put 26 up for bid between these two. I think. Well, no. 25 gives me the turn order edge, which is very much a thing. But then there still could be, 21 or 20 dropping. Even 15 they could use. I think 26 is the correct plan to put up for bid here. I'll take 26 at cost, sure. And the next plant that comes up is not a big coal plant. 17. That's one of the bad ones left of the deck. Right there. 31. 40 came on. Ultimately, I think 26 will still prove to be the better purchase. Oh, 36. That was the one I'd missed before. 36 went under the deck. I think we should be up to date on these now. I want to see how many cities they can take here. Because I'd like to get like 2 more step 1 cities if at all possible. So like every city you can get into in the step 1 phase before your opponent, because the city spot gets basically the second spot is $5 more expensive than the first. So you're paying 5 less and making your opponent pay 5 more if you get in there first. So each of these cities is a net swing of $10 in a 2-player game for each one of these spots that you get into during step 1. So I already have 10, and I just need 1 more to officially beat my opponent in that category. All right. I still get to 11. Woohoo! I'll gladly take that. I will gladly take that. For sure. I mean, 24 has not been the cheapest for my opponent. I mean, it is an endgame plant, so 24 was still nice for my opponent, but they are hurting in the efficiency battle right now. That's for sure. 11's done solid work for me. I am not disappointed. And when 46 comes out, so we know for sure that that's going under the deck. And I have to take 28. Right? Let me check. 15, 16, 19. 20 and 21 are great drops. So there's 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. He passes to me. All right. Sure, I will take 28. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, sir. And there's 16. See, if my opponent had bought that, they'd be in a pretty good position right now. Although 25 is getting really cheap for my opponent here. How close are we to step 3? We're really close, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Maybe I should have put 25 up for bid. It's just, I was scared of the drops that were going to come. That was my thing that I was worrying about. Can I afford 5 more cities? I definitely should be able to on this cheap map. Because I want to build bad plants out of the game. Oh no, turn the calculator off, then I can build. Yeah, I can get to 17 here, which is good news. Oh, that also takes 17 out, so yeah, there's no reason for me to build more at this point. So now 46 is not even going to be removed from the game, which is good news. I want that plant. I don't want them to threaten more oil against me. So I must be missing some plants then? It still says there's 8 left. The nice thing about 46 is if I get this, I only need a 5 plant after this to reach 21. I can't quite end the game this turn, though. Because I still have to buy all my resources plus the plant. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that. I only see 4 plants left here, but it shows 6. I missed a couple somewhere along the line. My opponent, this has to be 31 for them, right? I'm guessing my opponent gets 31 here. And just starts shoving the hell out of coal. Yep. Obvious play. I want to see what are these mystery plants in the deck that I missed. Because it says there's still 5 more. Yep. Sure saw that coming. Because I would just get, what, 35 on the next turn and end it, so... Alright. I still think Real Record's going to end up winning this. That's just my hunch. Just my hunch, anyway. 32. Okay, that. Oh wow, and 32 wasn't even in here. All right, sure. Yeah. Well, for me, the play here is clearly 35. That is why I stocked that extra oil last turn. Opponent needs a 6. Like, they need a 6, which is good news for me because they're not going to buy 34 and jack my uranium price up 1. They could have done that. They need a 6 plant, and the effective answer, I think, is going to be 32. I think 32. 32 and 30 are like neck and neck here, because Real Record already needs to buy 2 trash for the 24. They're keeping 24. So 30 would cost 15 for the trash. 32 would have been like 32, and then it would cost 1 less on the resources, but also increase my prices. So I actually think 32 might have been the better buy. I need a uranium and 2 things on the 46, which is an oil and a coal. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. I still think this is Real Record's game. Even though their final plants ended up being not that efficient at all. 25 ended up making a lot of money, though. I think 25 might have been the difference. Yeah, I had a feeling they might win. Well, they won by a lot, too. Yeah. The early game, the 6 plant dominated in the early game because of how bad the market got. Being able to just get that trash that no one else was using and just make money off of that, that was a big deal for them. Yeah, good game to them. I'm not sure if the 6 is worth bidding more on, to be honest. Like, I always tend to let it go at 7 in 2-player games for Italy. I don't know if 6 might be worth 8 maybe on those. I'm not sure. Anyway, good job to Real Record, and yeah, I'm sure I'll get a run back at some point before too long. See ya.